Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Jedi Council, Young Jedi CCG YouTube channel. Today I've got a fun deck tech for you for a first deck tech for the channel. This is actually the original World Championship deck from the 1999 Worlds Tournament, and it is Greg Heiser's awesome Amidala. So this is a Queen and Handmaidens deck, and I'm just going to walk you through, show you the card choices, explain a little bit of it, and lay out the whole deck for you right here. So just going to get right into it. For those of you who know a little about Young Jedi, know that deck making is based on the 6x10 rule, which means there are these little dots in the lower corner, and you do have to play 10 cards of each of the 6 dots. So you'll see certain cards you'll play 5 copies or 10 copies, but basically every dot needs to add up to 10. So it's a simplified deck making game. So the first card we have in our red dot, we have 5 Ithorian merchants. So this is kind of our scrub character. The red dot, you'll either see very powerful characters or just scrub characters. And so in this case, we choose a scrub. We do choose this non-unique Ithorian. This is just in here for the stats, and just to even out our curve. It's a 2 cost, 2 power, 1 damage, and a 4 destiny. So overall, just a nice body, and it's not going to take too much damage. So a nice little scrub there. So we do play 5 Ithorians. Then we also play 5 Coruscant Guards, which is statistically the exact same card as the Ithorian Merchant. The only difference here is that the location bonuses are on Coruscant as opposed to Tatooine. And this World Championship, I should mention, the only 2 sets which were legal at this time was Menace of Darth Maul and Jedi Council, which were the sets based on Tatooine and Coruscant. So the location bonuses tend to be skewed to those planets. So this is really the meat of our deck here. Padme Amidala, or excuse me, Padme Nabare. This is episode 1. And so we've got 2 location bonuses there at Mos Espa, and then her stats is just she's a 5 destiny, 3 deploy, 3 power, and 2 damage. So just again, a statistically very good card. And you'll see this is actually the power card of our deck, and it's going to be based primarily off of our weapon, why this is so powerful. But this is our power card, and it's obviously very high destiny, where most good characters are a 1 destiny. Having a 5 is very good to have a good powerful character with a 3 power. Excuse me, a good powerful character with a 5 destiny. Then we round out our Padmes with 5 more from Coruscant. In particular, it's got the double bonus at the capital city. So we play 5 of those as well, just to split between those 2 planets. Again, that way, hopefully we can match them both up, and those could be our 2 planets that we win. But that's how Young Jedi is you have to win 2 out of 3 planets to win the game, or just run your opponent out of deck. So that's our blue dot, kind of the medium-sized character, Padme. Then the green dot, which is typically small characters, is actually more of a fighting character for us in this deck. Another, small, medium-sized character, Queen Amidala, the ruler of Naboo. So the unique thing about this is, even though the Naboo expansion had not yet been released, this Queen Amidala from the Menace of Darth Maul actually did have Naboo location bonuses. So that, at this stage in the game, actually was more of a unique thing. So we are running a full 10 copies of this one Queen Amidala, of the Naboo Queen Amidala. So that's where we are getting our Naboo location bonuses from, is from this Queen Amidala. And then that way you'll have a leg up on Naboo when, unless your opponent's tanks, they're not going to really have any bonuses there. So we run a full 10 copies of that. So again, that's what's unique about Young Jedi. You'll see decks literally running 10 copies of the same card, which you'll see again here. And this, I'd say, is what really makes the deck go round. Amidala's Blaster. So we do run a full set of 10 Amidala's Blasters. And so the idea here is this weapon is very good because it's a 3 dot. Most weapons only give you 2. This one gives you 3. And it works with Queen Amidala or any handmaiden. So Queen Amidala with this is a 5 power plus a destiny anywhere. Padme with this is a 6 plus a destiny anywhere. you get Padme on her specific location. She's an 8 plus a destiny, which is very good, especially at this era in the game. And even Queen Amidala with this on Naboo could be a 6 plus a destiny. So very strong weapon, and this is really what makes the deck work, is being able to play 10 copies of this weapon, which works with 20 characters in your deck all use this weapon. So very strong having a unique weapon like this with the 3 power bonus. And again, the Destiny 3 is not great, but not terrible. So then moving on to our battle card slot, the kind of key battle card that everyone runs in this era is the Negotiations Were Short, because that works with any character. So whether it's Queen Amidala, Padme, a scrub, doesn't matter. Anyone can use that as long as they're the first in your plan. So we do have 4 copies of that. Then we split up the other 2 between 3 copies of the Padme battle card. And again, this would allow Padme to fight, wouldn't have to be first. She could be any position in the battle plan. So that's why that's nice to have that. Otherwise, you don't want to just run all Negotiations Were Short. Otherwise, you'd be too predictable. And then you also have 3 battle cards for Queen Amidala. Enough of this pretense. So all of our battle cards are all 4 destiny and give us 3 power dot bonuses with the appropriate character or appropriate position in the battle plan. So there's our 10 battle cards. Then lastly, we have our weapons and, our starships and locations. And in this era of the game, you did have to rescue out of your hand. You could not place starships to the table, so you really needed to play an excessive number of starships. So we're playing a full 7 copies of the Republic Cruiser. So again, this does hurt our destiny, having to play 7 copies of this 2 destiny, but you just really need to have that in your hand if you ever needed to rescue Queen Amidala. If you don't have this and your opponent moves on to the next planet, you're just stranded and then lose that planet. And if you don't get it, then by the next planet, you could lose the game. So it's very critical to have one of those. So even though that looks excessive, that's kind of what you needed to do at this era in the game if you're playing a deck full of unique characters. So the queens, the Padmes, the weapons, those are all unique. Those would all get stranded. All you'd be able to play was Ithorians and Coruscant Guards, which aren't going to go anywhere with that. And lastly, our locations. So, of course, we have Mos Espa, because that's where Padme gets the +2 bonus, as well as the Ithorian Merchant gets the +2 bonus. Then we have Coruscant, the capital city. Again, very important for our other Padme to get the bonus there. And lastly, we have the Gungan Swamp. Again, we want to keep tanks out of the battle planes, and this one is higher destiny than the Theed Palace, so I'd say that's why this one's in here. So there are our 3 locations. So there is the deck. Like I said, guys, very clean deck, very easy. You can literally just take a snapshot of a deck, just like I've got it laid out here, and really easily be able to tell what's in it and, have a nice deck tech in a single picture. So that's the one nice thing about this game. It's very simple, especially at the earlier phases here, like this era. There's no enhanced cards. There's no reflections. There's no confusing deck making at this stage yet. So it's all pretty straightforward. We've got 5, 5, 10, 10. So even going through this whole deck, you'll see there's only about 10 different cards in the whole deck. So even though it's a 60 card deck, because we're playing lots of 5s, lots of 10s, there's not a lot of variety of different cards in the deck. And again, it's just a battling game, so it does tend to have more of that repetition to it. So appreciate you guys watching the deck tech. Let me know what you think. Like I said, always love to do deck techs, especially of championship decks. And this is the original World Championship deck for the light side. So hope you all enjoyed it. We've got the dark side one coming soon, which will be the Trade Federation tank deck. So look forward to that. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and look forward to seeing more videos. Take care. Thanks, guys.